Everyone, hands in the center. Podcast on 3. 1, 2, 3. Podcast.
Hello and welcome to Meet the Producers, a Brunswick podcast powered by Brunswick Area Television. I'm Ben Staunton, and sitting next to me is a guy who may not admit it, but his favorite movie is The Hunger Games from 2013, Catching Fire, because it highlights one of his favorite bands in there, Coldplay, with the song Atlas. It's Tom Kepler.
None of that is true. Ben's trying to throw me for a loop for these intros, but none of that is true.
None of that?
I've never seen any of the Hunger Games. I was in a Coldplay cover band, but not by choice. This is my old buddies, you know. If I play your music, you'll play my music. So that was why I ended up in a Coldplay. But I played it heavy too, you know. So it was a hard rock band by the time I was done with it. So I think our guests are about to leave because they're ashamed, either because I don't like Coldplay or because I'd never watch Hunger Games, because they are movie review podcasters. You're connoisseurs of movies.
Aficionados.
Thank you for asking.
I connoisseur. I think that's good. Yeah.
Who
Okay.
are you?
Who am I? Wait, are you guys introducing me or do I introduce myself?
I was trying to segue into that. So, yes, we have Morgan and Alex. They are the hosts of the Short and Shorter podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. I'll start off there. How's
Yeah.
that?
Do you know
Thanks
why
so
we
much.
call our podcast this?
Well, for people who are listening, why don't you explain it?
So it's a Short and Shorter podcast. 1, because it's short episodes. 2, my last name's Short.
3, I'm a little person with dwarfism with a height of 4 feet 8 inch. Sorry, that's right. 6 feet tall. Alex Skyscraper Nolan.
So, Morgan's just like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
If you're
This is
shorter
our
than him.
first time doing a podcast audio only, so I'm really trying to do the narrative of I'm taller. Stolen valor, if you will.
But anyway, I'm the short and he's the shorter.
Well, we're
We've
happy.
been best friends.
We're happy to have you. How did you guys meet then?
Good old Cleveland State University film. There was this
Nice.
little dark cave of a room called DVCom where all the equipment was. And all of us film kids would just be in the corner. And eventually we made friends.
Okay.
Morgan laughed at my jokes, and I love an audience. And then we just hung out more and more and more.
Yeah, we try to make videos about rating General So's around Cleveland.
We did one episode.
That dedicated to the craft, huh?
Yep.
One episode.
The best General So's in Cleveland is Panda Walk.
It's in Lakewood, but yes.
Okay.
It was only one episode because it was so good.
Yeah, that's all we
couldn't-
need.
Figured it out in
Come on.
They
episode
couldn't
1.
top it, so they're like, why do a second?
That's pretty cool. So we got your names. How you came up with the name of the show was film the passion. Is that why you both went to school? I guess I should ask individually, but is that kind of what led into this podcast? Why we know you is your studies at school?
That's the root of it. Also, we like to yap.
Oh, yeah. We're big
I'm-
talkers.
I like attention. I mean, I'm calming down as I get older, but you know, I like to speak and be heard. Like how an author writes to be read. I'm like, I have an opinion, and I think these people should hear it.
Okay.
And we felt that we have the most education on film. We can't just be going on podcasts saying all of our opinions, but we feel we can do that with movies and shows.
Okay, that's awesome. Is there a certain genre of movie I'll go Morgan then Alex. Is there a certain genre that's your favorite? That are certain movies you won't watch, or is there something you lean towards that you love?
I gotta say, animated movies are a big fan. Big fan. I also like horror movies, but specifically monster movies. I want there to be a monster. Not big on like a serial killer guy, but just like give me a big Frankenstein or Nosferatu most recently. I'm like, that's a good time.
Something to run from.
Yes.
Now,
thank you.
is this the original Nosferatu with Shrek is his last name, but I can't
Mike
remember
Myers?
his first name.
No.
But not that Shrek, not the green one. But or is this the more recent version of Nosferatu that just came out?
Both. I feel like they could have added more comedy in the new one. I know comedy was different in like the 40s, but I do feel the 20s, but I do feel they made that movie a little funny. And in the new one, it's not so funny, but they could have, but it was still good. I had a good time with it. It's fun.
Would you say watch both of them, one of them, or neither of them?
I think it's fun to watch both of them. If you're a movie lover, you should watch both. If you just only sometimes turn on a movie, don't even watch either of them, actually. You're not going to like them.
Should they just watch Twilight?
Yeah, they should watch that.
Yeah.
Or Hunger Games.
Or
Yeah.
Hunger Games.
Yeah, hey, not to just call you out. Why don't you like Hunger Games?
You should
just
watch
not
this.
like anti-government stuff. You're not
We're
bootlicker,
on
are
a
you?
government podcast.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I never watched it.
Why?
I can't judge it because I never saw it.
Okay, there's Brunswick Library, one of the best libraries in Ohio, has a lot of copies of Hunger Games.
All right, I'll go check it out
Okay.
right after this.
Yeah.
They're very well made.
Well,
then
since you're getting a
social
payout
obligation.
for saying that the library was the best library, then is that
I'm
like
not
a
getting a-
sponsorship?
No, I'm a very. If you Google Alex Nolan Brunswick, you'll see Brunswick man does running here. I'm a Brunswick. I love Brunswick, and Brunswick loves me. I'm his favorite little person.
But anyway, what's your favorite genre?
I guess sci-fi. Big old Star Wars fan. Yeah, sci-fi fantasy. I love stuff with like people fighting, but also drama and a score. John Williams. Anything
Oh,
with
yeah.
a good movie score. That's what really got me into film. Back when I lived and went to the Twinsburg Library, I would just get a bunch of the CDs of the movie soundtracks and then put them onto my iPad. To the point, I would put out holds. Also, holds at the library. You can put a hold out for everything. The librarians knew me because I would go to pick up my holds and there'd be like a stack about 2 feet tall and be like, this guy. Like, yeah, I don't have money. iTunes is expensive.
Well, you're keeping them in business, so what
This
good's
is
a
true.
library if
Yeah.
nobody ever goes in there?
Very
I agree. Music will make or break a movie.
Yes.
Or a TV show or anything, or a podcast.
Speaking of libraries,
I guess I'm going to have to pick something good for this one.
Yeah.
my girlfriend just got in her first Xbox and we've been playing games and she was surprised like they have video games at the library. Like she just learned how expensive video games are and like, Alex, why don't people just have an Xbox and a PlayStation? I'm like, Brittany,
That's a lot of money.
yeah.
Well, let me ask about the movie genres one more time. Do you think it helps that you guys do kind of differ? That there's two different opinions coming in, like sci-fi versus horror? Or do you think that's, you
Yeah.
guys are just down for either or?
I think it is very helpful. Sometimes it's boring to watch either only one person give their opinion on a movie or two people just have the exact same opinion. Because then it's like, all right, thanks, I guess. But him and I feel like we sometimes have sometimes I don't even know if we watch the same movie.
Like when we talked about Wicked and you were like, there was no color. I'm like, what are you talking about? That was the most colorful movie I've seen.
Exactly. So I think it makes more fun, makes more dynamic for us to have different opinions and different things we like.
Because also, like, we'll debate things, but it's like I've never been mad at Morgan for her opinion. It's like one thing I've learned growing up is everyone's allowed to have incorrect opinions. But also, it's the whole thing with cilantro. You know, some people have the gene where it tastes like soap, and some people don't.
Really?
So, like,
I
yeah,
love cilantro, whatever
my-
that means for me.
yeah.
It really is a genetic thing.
Okay.
So, but that's helped my bias as well. Of like, no matter. So, if you have the gene where it tastes like soap, it doesn't matter how worldly you get. You go to Peru, India, culinary classes, expand your horizons. All that cilantro will still taste like soap. Some people just like some things, and that's okay.
So if they don't like the same movie, that's genetic too. No.
Well, we could get into that of like culture and how genetics affect the culture and whatnot. What if you're colorblind? Then Wicked probably is a little less significant to you, like, or even Wizard of Oz, when the big color, you know, it starts off black and white, and then there's color. If you're colorblind, you're just like, why is everyone in the room saying ooh ah?
Yeah.
That's fair.
So you guys, when you decided to do the podcast, this wasn't something you came up with because of Brunswick Area Television. You were doing this beforehand. So why don't you tell us a little bit about dipping your toe into podcasting and then how you ended up coming in to talk to us about getting your show?
Yeah. So it really just started with I was seeing like a lot of people start podcasts, and I was like, wow, anybody can do this. So I was like, Alex, we should do this. So we had a few rough first episodes where we were just literally under my desk at my house next to each other. Even if we had a guest, we had to be like skull to skull just because we only had one mic.
We bought soundproofing stuff, and sometimes we would just hold it. Also, we bought my brother, and I, McElroy Brothers podcast book on Everyone Has a Podcast. And Morgan read it. I used to have a podcast with my roommate, Suwami. Great man. It was called Abrasive Talk. It's on SoundCloud. Don't listen to it. But yeah, you know, two guys with a podcast.
Yeah, and I was just like, you know what? I think it'd be fun. It's good to have hobbies. I think that's important. So we had that going strong for about 2 years. And then to be 100% honest, I got tired of editing. And then I learned about Bat TV down the road. Actually, I was like, I kept on seeing the Bat sign. And I was like, that can't really be a television studio, huh?
What's going on with that?
So I Googled it, and I was like, oh, wow. And I was like, all right, I'll just go talk to these guys, I guess.
Honestly, really appreciate you guys, and as well as helping us shift the podcast so we don't have to pay the monthly fee anymore. That's been good for save money.
Oh, yeah, it's in line with what we've been doing for 20 years. So TV, we're running cameras, audio, everything. Here, sometimes we just need to run audio. So, yeah, why not add it to our repertoire and
Right.
bring in more people? Podcasting's trendy, like you just mentioned, so all are welcome here.
Now, do you see any change, in your honest opinion, with technology? Do you see anything on the horizon of like interactive?
Like, what's next? What's a big thing? That's an interesting question. I'm a bit of an old soul. I know that's kind of a cliche thing to say, but like all this AI, I think it's killing everything. You can turn on YouTube and not know if it's a real person. You not know if it's somebody's real opinion. So in a lot of ways, we're here. This is going to be a backhanded compliment for ourselves. And so, Ben, don't be offended.
I'll close my eyes.
Yeah. Where we're somewhat limited and we don't delve into all the latest, greatest, it makes us more authentic, I think. So I almost think the pendulum's going to start swinging back where we want to hear somebody real talk about what they care about and the movies that, you know, you guys are passionate. You know your opinions. You know what's new and trendy. You know what's old and great. You know, you can kind of bring everything to the table. What's AI going to do? You know, it can scan everything and do that. So not that I'm against AI entirely, but I just
You're
see
just saying that so that when they take over, they don't.
Yeah.
You almost have me.
Hey, I've seen a lot of those Terminator movies. I know. We got to be nice. AI is awesome. I like it.
There are some really cool perks. Like at my job, we sometimes use it if like one of our people we are interviewing who we're not interviewing professional actors or anything. Sometimes they're not looking at the camera. There's like a thing you can edit to where like you put their AI and their eyes will look at the camera.
Wow.
Yeah.
Spooky.
See, there's very good tools with that, but I always see them glitch, and then I'm like, what's going on here? Like,
Yeah. But then I hate when I go to a restaurant and all the food pictures are AI, clearly AI photos. And I'm like, hate it.
AI art is trash.
So we're just keeping it real. I don't know if that's what I see in the future, but that's what I hope for the future.
Good.
Good question. You can tell
Oh,
you're a good host. You turned it on me.
Oh, please.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, also, I just want to know your opinion and such, and that also will form my opinion of you.
Oh, okay.
I'm just very heated of anyone that supports AI art is. I know I just talked about how cilantro soap and all that. If you pay for AI art, you have poor taste.
My buddy was doing T-shirts and stuff, and he thought he was an artist, and I rightfully so. I'm not judging his eye, but he got to the point where he had an idea, and then he'd just pay someone overseas to create the design and the logo, and then pay somebody else to put it on a shirt. He's like, "Here's my clothing line."
Wow.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm like, you had the spark, you had the creativity, the ability, and now, in my opinion, you're just kind of selling out for a buck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Low
you're phoning
class.
it in there.
Ugh.
So, Mark, if you're listening, I don't know. I guess I'll
You're
pay you.
making bad choices.
I'll pay you for those free shirts you gave me because
You know, not that Mark, a different Mark.
yeah.
That's who it is, a different Mark.
I'm so tired of it too, though. We go to like craft fairs, and it's like a parent with a side hustle, and it's just a bunch of tumblers that say like dog pound on them, and it's just clearly photoshopped art of something or things
or just
that are-
AI. I've been seeing AI art at craft fairs now too.
Really?
Yeah.
Download some clip art, throw it through the printer.
Now,
charge
clip art's
25
fine.
bucks.
I love clip art.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
I got no beef with clip art. I was just talking to Morgan about this to this day. Clip art's my buddy.
Just because it's old school or because it's basic? Or?
Someone made it.
Someone did make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was made by a
That's
person.
fair.
Word
And-
documents.
Some are elaborate, so I apologize for calling it basic because that's.
There was a line to be drawn, and Alex has drawn it. He said,
Yes.
AI art, no. Somebody made it. Good. We got it.
Yep.
Good.
Is that clear? That's
It is clear.
Yeah.
It's out there. Now everybody knows.
I have lost Facebook friends over this too.
I believe it. Everybody's so divisive anymore.
You can send your letters care of here to Alex. No, just kidding.
Are we allowed to get a little political?
It's your opinion, not mine. So, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Some people have unfriended people for how they voted recently and such. I'm not going to do that, but I've been unfriending people based on I care more about AI art than elections.
I think
Okay.
that's a
Because-
bad opinion.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But
See,
it's-
this is why it makes it great for us to talk and us to talk about things because we have very different opinions.
Well, it's like you can be stupid and vote for the wrong person, or you can have poor taste.
I think it counts as both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
There might be some overlap. Sarah.
Yeah.
And it all goes back to cilantro with your poor taste. So there you
Sure.
go.
It
Well,
sure
you tie that
does.
up in a nice little bow.
Maybe
I-
we could do a chart of like people who have the cilantro gene and how they vote.
Oh, I thought you were going to do a Venn diagram. Who likes clip art and who voted for who?
Man, don't be coming for clip art. All right, we're getting along.
No, that's when I run for office. My campaign sign will have clip art all over it.
I'll run
That's
a guy.
good. That's
you live
solid.
in Brunswick?
Yeah.
All right, bet. I'll see you at the polls.
All right. Well, I like this one. This is taking an unknown twist.
It's one of those roads that you're driving on, and there's always a sign that's like the S curve ahead, and then you come right back.
Which is also much like our own podcast, where he will be going down a different road, and I'll have to say anyway. If you listen to our podcast, I say anyway a lot.
That's what friends do, right? I mean, they tell each other, hey, you're getting way off course. Let's try to do this a little bit different. So it's nice to keep you in the right frame of mind for what you're doing. In the right frame of mind, I'm just going to tell everybody while we're talking about it, just so I don't forget the times that you can watch the show. So this show, a Short and Shorter podcast, airs on Thursdays right here. It's a monthly show, so it airs 2 times a week. It's at 12:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. Once again, if you're driving around somewhere, maybe you're waiting at the border to head over into Canada or something, and you're like, hey, excuse me, border guard, I'm listening to a podcast. I need to write this down real quick. I'll give you a second to get your pen and paper handy to ask him to step back from the vehicle for just a moment. I'm sure he won't mind. And then you can make sure that you can write down that it's Thursdays at 12:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. And you can also watch it at bat.vibit.com. You can also catch it at those same times during that stream, and then you can watch it on demand. And those episodes are up there for 3 months after their original air, just because we run out of space sooner or later, because we have a lot of shows on the channel. If you guys could give somebody a tip about doing their own podcast, you started out like, boots on the ground there under the desk, holding up, soundproofing, using one microphone. What would be something that you would tell somebody to help them get started in doing a podcast?
Do it because you want to do it, not because you want likes. If you start caring about what other people, if you're doing it just because you want, like if you want to be heard, sure, but you have to have something to say and you have to enjoy saying it. You have to enjoy talking.
I think also you need to have a plot in mind. You need to know what you're going to talk about. You can't just go on and start yapping about anything you want to, because you're not going to build. I mean, not that we have a huge following, but like you're just not going to get to where you want to be if you're off topic all the time and off focus all the time. And it's just good to have a plan and have a reason of why you exist. Of like, hey, we really like movies, and we're going to tell you guys about movies.
I should have thought of a plot. All right, we're doing this M. Night Shyamalan style. You never know which way the plot's
Yeah.
going.
I mean, not every single episode, but the general energy of your podcast.
No, I think that's great advice.
Is my favorite phrase for me personally. The Lord is my shepherd. Morgan is my travel planner. I shall not want. There's been several times where I've said to Morgan, hey, why don't we have this little bit in the podcast, like Alex's music section, or like, why don't we talk about our favorite song? And if Morgan approved every idea, we wouldn't even talk about movies. So just, finding the plot and the path. That's why we might differ on things, but I do just bend the knee to her ideas. That's why I got a great shirt that says Morgan knows best.
Doesn't she also have a trophy that says she's the best travel planner?
Yeah.
I think I saw that in one of your
2022.
episodes. Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Did you stand in front of everybody and say bestowing this honor to me is one of the greatest things and all that?
By everybody, the 4 of us that were involved on a Universal Studios vacation, yeah.
Well, let me congratulate you now then. I didn't have an opportunity before now. Good job.
Thank you, Morgan.
Thanks.
Who decides what movies you're reviewing?
I wouldn't say it's always true. You still come to me with what you want to talk about.
Yeah, but I generally am flex. I don't feel like we've ever done something solely because Alex wanted to do it.
Yeah, but you also know sometimes don't come soon enough with an idea.
That's fair.
It will be like,
The travel planner. it's kind of, what movie are we going to watch? What place are we going to go to? Well, I don't have a better idea than that, so.
yes, that's normally how the text messages go. I'll be like, hey, we should do this movie. And he'll be like, all right, I can't think of anything else. All right.
That's a good impression of me.
So you guys have a Facebook page, and I wanted to ask you about this. Do you have at the top there your picture? Well, at least it might have been. I don't know if it's been changed since then. You guys were at Cartoon Network.
Yeah, the Cartoon Network Hotel.
Where? Oh, that's a hotel.
Yeah.
Very nice. So tell us a little bit about what you saw there. I've never heard of the Cartoon Network Hotel.
Okay, so this also goes back to Morgan is the best travel planner.
She truly
Literally on this one. That's
I just truly, genuinely am the type of person that if I see something I want to do, I do everything I can to do it if it's within reason. And I found out that there is a Cartoon Network hotel in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is a 9-hour drive. It was
9
like
hours?
It was 7 hours. 7 hours.
I was going to say.
Cartoon Network bought a Motel 6 about 7 years ago and turned it into the Cartoon Network Hotel. The reasoning behind it, I don't really know. I think they just thought it'd be a cool marketing thing. And yeah, no, it is a Motel 6 with Cartoon Network branding. And honestly, I had a great time. You also, when you go, you get tickets to Dutch Wonderland.
Wait, that was included?
Yes, that was included with our tickets.
Oh, bet.
With our hotel stay.
What is Dutch Wonderland?
Dutch Wonderland is the borders to Disney's Barnes & Noble.
So it genuinely, the guy who made Dutch Wonderland saw how successful Walt Disney was with Walt Disney World around the same time, like in the 60s, and said, I can do that. He can't. But it is still open. It is basically an upgraded kiddie park. There is one coaster and then a bunch of kiddie rides. And their theme song is Dutch Wonderland, Dutch Wonderland. And that's it.
I will say, though, it makes the trip worth it. The Cartoon Network Hotel, while fun time, I'm not driving 7 hours again just for the Cartoon Network Hotel.
But the theme park was fun.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't regret the trip. And there was you, me, Ryan, and Steve, and we each took turns driving.
Yeah. If you live close, it's really cool. Like the hotel rooms have bunk beds for kids. It's a super cool hotel. If you live like 2 hours away, I think that's the limit of how fun it is.
2-hour threshold there.
I don't know if it's really 7 hours worthy.
Does it seem well attended? Like, was the parking lot full of cars, or were you like the only people staying there, or how did it seem?
I don't remember the parking lot.
It was we never had to wait for anything. But there was still,
wasn't a ghost town.
Yeah, no, there were still a lot of kids and stuff, but like in the arcade, you didn't have to wait for anything. There was normally enough people moving around. The pool wasn't overpacked. There's a splash pad that wasn't overpacked.
There's an Adult Swim joke to be made there.
Oh my gosh!
Gosh.
Can't believe I didn't think.
I'll
of
just
that.
say the
I like
punchline,
that.
fill it in.
Yeah, you make it up. Tom will knock it down.
But yeah, no, that's the. I wish it was the real we went to like Cartoon Network Station or something. That would have been cool. But nah, it's just a hotel.
Well, in
We've
front
also
of the
got-
sign, it looked like you guys were someplace. And as I'm like, well, I want to hear this big story about how they went to see the Cartoon Network and they met the executives. I don't know who they would be. I don't know.
Not yet, but we'll see how this podcast. Ask us again in a year. We'll see how this podcast is doing.
There you go. We'll send it out to them.
I later I'll message you. I made a little TikTok of some of the things, and we still got photos that I can send you to see how it is. But good time. The bedrooms also are decorated. We got the Gumball themed one, and the TV has Cartoon Network. There's
Without commercials.
I
yeah.
was going to say, every channel is Cartoon Network. Every time you change it, it won't go anywhere. It's
That'd
just
be
the same.
funny. No, I think there were other channels, but there was like one dedicated to just Cartoon Network content.
Also, there was multiple TVs in the bedroom.
Like all the
Cool.
bunk beds had
It's a
their own
place
bed.
where Tom would like to go.
Yeah, I would like that.
My-
I'll watch all the Hunger Games at once.
Oh my God, yeah.
Go to the. You're gonna go to the Cartoon Network hotel to specifically watch the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Well, I'll spend all day at Dutch Wonderland and get tired first.
Oh,
so.
good
Yeah,
point. Good
Of
point.
course.
And
Capitalism.
you can look forward to watching the 2013 Catching Fire one. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm just
Yeah.
you'll be looking forward to it because Coldplay's in it.
It's
So
a good bit.
you get to listen to that song somewhere in it. I don't know where. I have seen them, but it's been a very long time. My daughters wanted to watch them. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll sit through this. I've sat through them like 4 times, and it's not that I've seen them all at once. Like I usually leave the room for like an hour and come back and catch that part. And so I've basically seen them, but I don't know how it really goes.
Yeah.
I just know that, some bad
So you're
stuff
judging
happens.
me, and you've never seen them.
I didn't say, but at least I gave it a shot. I sat through the opening credits and was like, okay.
This show's not about us, Ben. This
It
is,
is. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off on a tangent.
well, speaking of seeing Cartoon Network and everything online, how do people reach out to you? If it takes that fan mail or anything, or suggestions for the show, or just, hey, keep it up. How do people reach you?
Well, we do have the Facebook page. I think you can comment on Spotify now.
Yeah, you can comment on Spotify. We also have polls on Spotify. We're also on iTunes. iTunes.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Good job, Morgan.
No one watches on iTunes though.
That's all Morgan, by the way. Viewers, listeners, I just want to clarify, Morgan does most of the work. Much appreciation.
That's awesome.
But yeah, you can just find us. Also, just our regular selves on Facebook. I'm Morgan Short. This is
I'm Alex
Snow.
Nolan.
Yeah. Just
Send
look
me a
us up.
DM. Just make sure the DM says like, hey, I listened to your podcast.
Just out of the blue, somebody.
Yeah, no, like I'll believe you. I get, the random spam stuff like, hey, do you want $10? I'm like, I don't know you.
I did get recognized in Brunswick from the show.
Really?
That's
yeah,
cool.
I thought that was fun.
Where were you at?
I was actually at a Democratic meeting, and someone was like, how do I know you? You've been somewhere. And I said, do you watch Bat TV? And she goes, yeah, sometimes. And I was like, there you go. And she goes, oh my God, you're right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Giant Eagle's where it gets me a lot. Meyer every now and then, but Giant Eagle, every time I'm in there, you're the guy from TV.
Giant Eagle of the people.
That's right. I'm not trying to tell people where to go shop. I'm just saying.
I like both those stores equally. They both have their strengths.
I agree. How long have you been in Brunswick?
2019.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. You like it?
Yeah, no, I care about this place so much. I'm sorry, that sounds so fake. I don't have like a statement, but yeah, no, I am kind of insulted when I've told people I live here and they're like, oh, Brunstucky. I'm like, what are you talking about? We have like so much. There's chiropractors. There's a bunch of restaurants. There's a car wash place that people just walked out of.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Facebook page called If You're From Brunswick, where people are active, and I love to tune in and see the drama.
Did you ever chime in on anything?
Not too much yet. I'm more of a
I do
lurker.
like
I
to.
like to like comments to show my support.
Yeah, I'm with that person. I like that. The moderators of that page do a podcast here as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it's called Brunswick Group Therapy.
Oh, nice.
It'd be funny if we did a collab one day.
You can catch Alex at the Brunswick Planet Fitness. That's where he trains for his marathon. I don't know. Maybe you don't.
No, that's true. You can catch Alex there.
All right, so let's hear about a marathon.
Oh, I'm so glad. I was trying to keep that
He
in.
loves that topic, so thank you for
Yeah.
asking.
So dwarfism, I got it. Akron has a sponsorship program called Runnership. They're like, hey, we'll pay for your runs. Tell us why we should. I'm like, I got dwarfism, and I'm going to be the 5th little person to ever run a marathon. And they're like, that's cool. Sure, we pick you. Also, we're going to tell Channel 3 about you. I'm like, all right, cool. So Channel 3's got a little puff piece about me, and they're terrified to use the word dwarf or little person. I'll never let that go. I appreciate them, but they didn't say dwarf or little person on TV. Like, what are you afraid someone's going to be like, gotcha, in 5 years? Like saying the word color people? It's not that. You can say it. Just don't say midget, and you're fine. And even then, I am a white person. I'm not going to be too offended over midget. I'm fine.
I'm glad you mentioned all of that. And you and I discussed this before, I think, when we first met. Mm-hmm. And you laid it on the line right then, too, before the cameras were rolling. Here's what I prefer to be called. Here's how to handle the interview. And then for them to still not do that, I think that's why you're still bringing it up, because you're upfront about it.
It's not offensive to say dwarfism or little person. Try not to say midget. For the record, viewers, I'm not 6 feet tall. I am 4'8". I'm allowed to say it. Don't bleep me.
Oh, and also for his running, once again, it was a couple years ago, and I was like, I want to do 5K. I bet that'd be fun. And then Alex was like, I would love to do that. And we did it. And I said, I'm good. I don't want to run anymore. And Alex is
I
the
made it
man
my
he is
personality.
today.
And that's another thing of Morgan is my travel planner and a lot of things in life, and I give homage to that.
All
I
right,
appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you too.
So after you ran your 5K, Morgan, which part of your body did you want just to disappear? What hurt worse?
Honestly, I actually wasn't in pain at all.
Really?
I felt fine. I just don't like it. Like, I was just like, I think it takes a long time. I'm not a fast runner. So I guess my lungs the most. Because I'd be like, I got to go faster. And then I was like, all right, I went as fast as I can. That still took 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, that was my, well, I guess no. It was my run time, because it was 20 minutes a mile. So more like 45.
There we go.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, not to be that guy.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
It is.
Let's combine interests here, though. Have you ever seen those runs where there's like actual zombies and like monsters out there? Like,
I always thought that'd
Would
be
you do
fun.
that?
I was thinking about doing that. It crossed my mind, but it's more expensive. And I get it, because you're paying for actors to be zombies. And I just haven't gotten around. But maybe next year. Maybe next year we can do a zombie 5K.
I'm down. I'd be down to be doing a Tough Mudder, too.
I'm good. I don't like being dirty.
Fair.
I'm tired just from talking about running. I don't know. Well, while we have you here, is there anything else you want to mention? The things you're not allowed to say on the show, Alex? Your spinoff of Alex's favorite songs and everything that you're not allowed to say? We'll give you the limelight right now if there's anything else.
If you enjoy music and want to play an instrument, buy a kalimba on Amazon. It's like a thumb piano with tines. Then go to musicnotes.com and go to Easy Piano Notes or Beginner Piano Ones. And it says like ABA. And then you look at your thumb piano and hit ABA. And boom, you can I'm doing the parentheses. What do you call this?
Air quotes.
Yeah.
I'm doing air quotes. You can read music. And I have a lot of fun with that.
That's all it takes. It sounds like a music box, too, for those who don't know.
Pretty much.
Is that a French instrument? Where's that hail from? Do you know?
No idea.
Interesting.
Kalimba. With the A, I'm thinking something Spanish with the A, but I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
know.
I'll bring it in sometime.
Yeah, bring that in. We'll have to get some video of that.
Yeah.
You playing ABA or whatever. Mm-hmm. Nice.
ABA or BAB, I've noticed those are the. I know it sounds silly, but like after reading a bunch of music, like that's the same chords for a lot of songs is ABA or BAB.
What's the letters for that Jaws theme?
I don't know yet. They didn't
Okay.
have that one for free.
Well, if you figure it out, I want to hear it because I want to
That
know.
one's, it's chromatic, so it'd either be A and B flat or, so that one makes sense.
All I know is it's scary.
It's a half
if I hear it coming down the hallway, I'm gonna be frightened.
Boom, 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 boom.
There you go.
Morgan, what's something you want people to know?
If you listen to this regularly, and also if you watch us, and you should reach out to us and tell us what movies to watch and our opinions. Because sometimes I would like to know what other people want to hear about, and it would expand our horizons on films. Because a lot of times it is just movies I like or movies that just came out. But also, if you want to do something, you can do it. You can do it on a small scale. You might not be huge and big, but like I've accomplished a lot of the things I've wanted to in life where I'm like, I wish I had a podcast at a TV studio. Look, Brunswick did that. I had wished I was a ghost hunter. I got hired by a small ghost hunter agency. Didn't work out, but I got to film 2 ghost hunting things.
Nice.
Small agency or small ghosts?
Small ghosts, obviously. No.
A lot of life is best lived. Like, I don't want to be on my deathbed with what if. That's why in 2021, little segue, I joined the Micro Wrestlers Little People Wrestling for 1 week and traveled across 5 different states. Not for
In
me.
1 week?
Oh, yeah.
5 states in 1 week.
Yeah, no, crazy. It's
Pretty ambitious.
Wrestling's not fake. It's just choreographed. Those guys don't have health insurance.
And he ate Waffle House twice a day. the
Oh,
whole
my
time.
gosh.
I like Waffle House.
I do too.
You need
but that's a
options,
lot.
though. You need variety.
You do, yeah. You got to find, but they have a lot on their menu. I mean, I'm not getting payback from them either. But I'm just talking
But you
that I
could-
like Waffle House.
You could get through the menu though. at twice a day for 5 days. Like you're reaching the bottom.
That's true.
At some point, you gotta realize I haven't had a vegetable in 3 days.
And you're doing something athletic.
Yeah.
If I get a slice of tomato just so I feel better, thanks.
Do you want to support little people? Watch Big Little Brawlers. I haven't seen an episode of it. You can also watch Little People Big World, I guess. Me personally, I'm so tired of reality TV shows with little people. Give me a sitcom.
Yeah, it would be nice to see more little people just in a show, just existing of like, hey, that's Stacy and she's the fun neighbor. And she just happens to be a little person.
Yeah. If I got 10 more seconds.
Yeah.
If you're a little person with dwarfism or if you're under 4'8", LPA has an active chapter in the North Ohio area. Going to be doing Jack Casino at some point in March. Hit me up or show up. You're not alone. All right. We can write that off for the tax.
Yeah.
And tell everybody at home what LPA stands for.
Oh, I'm sorry. Little People of America.
Okay. That way they can find it online. Because
Yep.
if you type in an LPA, you might come up with a whole bunch of different things. I found that there's so many acronyms out there. Like if you try to type in something, you're like, this is not what I wanted at all. Why is that? And it's like if you know the actual terminology, then you can find it easier. So, yeah, I think that does help a lot of people who are like, I don't know, I couldn't find it. So, good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, no, but everybody, you can if you can dream it, you can do it. Just might not be as big as you think it would.
Seriously, you're like, oh, I want to sing. Then sing. You don't have to be famous to sing.
And that's a great segue because you could sing here. We have a television studio. You can come in. If you want to sing on a podcast, you could do that. Hey, you could do whatever you want. You want to do a podcast, you want to do a TV show, talk about whatever. We have a cooking show that could be done from here. We have a whole cooking area,
There's
a kitchen
actually
studio, I
a
guess
new
is what I was
cooking
looking
show
for.
in development.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't hear
Something to
about this.
look at. It's a government one.
I can't wait.
And at City Hall, they asked, how much do we have to talk about government? Like, can we do the whole show and then just at the end, like, oh, yeah, by the way, join the Charter Review Committee? You know,
There you go. I'm waiting with bated breath to hear this great idea, and I hope you at home are doing the same. And we'll be able to hear about it
What
probably
do you
shortly.
guys need? Is there a genre that you think you're lacking in?
one of the things I love about working here is we have the flexibility, the creativity. We can let the public just run wild.
Yeah.
So we have certain people that do religious. We have certain people that do opinion. We have certain people that want to share their talents and like teach. We have people who just want to do entertainment shows. So I think we're pretty well rounded at the moment.
But we'll take all kinds of new shows.
exactly.
Yeah.
We try to welcome everybody, and I almost think sometimes this is why I appreciate you guys. You guys came in here with a vision, toured the facility, saw what was possible, and then you kept at it. And that's awesome. Some people come in here and their eyes get wide. Oh, this is amazing, and then there's almost too much option. We can't narrow it down for them. I'm not the type of person to tell somebody what to do or form a certain opinion. So sometimes I say you can do anything you want. That's people want more guidance than that. So
That's why it's good to have a plan, have a plot.
exactly where I try to enable people to do what they're passionate about. Sometimes honing that in is tricky for the individual if they're not sure.
Is there a minimum amount of a show that, like, does it have to be 30 minutes? Would you do a 10-minute?
So the way it's structured too, we have that flexibility. We have shows that are 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
Then we have people who come in and do 10-second videos for TikTok or their social media account. So it can be somebody coming in, hey, I'll use the Knights of Columbus, for example, because I
Okay.
know a good dude over there who's a videographer. Maybe this will spark some interest. No. They might want to come over, hey, we just want to make a short little video for our Facebook page so Reels get some attention out there. They're welcome to do that, and then it'll air in between programs. So if it's under 5 minutes, I won't schedule it in a time slot like your show. It'll just kind of pop up as commercial breaks throughout the day.
Could I juggle for 5 minutes and have it Alex's juggling segue?
Yes.
Or something?
Absolutely.
This isn't a joke. I might just do that.
We're not joking either. You can do that.
You can also
Okay.
have Alex's kalimba.
Oh, my gosh.
They're not going to tell you no to your ideas.
Well, what about royalties for the songs?
So the songs, you would be, as a public producer, you're liable for anything that you bring to the table. We can find license-free versions that might be similar to what you're looking for and help
Okay.
you do that. But we do not have the licensing for most, pop
Fair
songs
enough.
or Coldplay.
I
We're allowed
thought you were
to
a
talk
fan.
about Coldplay, right?
You can talk about it all you want, yeah.
You might even be able to sing a little bit of Coldplay. I'm feeling it.
I can picture the Kalimbids playing Coldplay.
Yeah.
There you go. There
You only do like 15 seconds of the song, so you don't have to do copyright.
All right. Oh my gosh, it's just 5 minutes of me doing 15-second intervals of songs.
Loops.
That'd be nice. I can't wait to record it. We're gonna do this, and people are gonna tune in. And if you wanna find out more about Brunswick Area Television, it's www.brunswick.oh.us. That's the City of Brunswick's official website. Head to the Brunswick Area Television section. You can catch us there. You can also give us a call, 330-220-1726. That's the number here at Brunswick Area Television, a place where you can come and do your own television show, podcast, whatever you want to do.
If you like movies, if you like podcasts, if you like people named Morgan or Alex, this is a show for you. Short and Shorter podcast. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Bad Government programs are produced by Corinne Kirk, Tom Kepler, and Ben Staunton. You can find this and other programs, as well as a live stream on our on-demand website, bat.vibit.com. Feel free to reach out, offer a suggestion, or get involved. Thanks for tuning in.